for this particular time, there is change in your trading behavior. So only one person made money today. So only one person. All of you didn't make money. I didn't say what's happened to keep CPI. I said who made money today, Tabang. And guys, the reason why I do live sessions is so that we get to engage. You don't just come here to keep quiet. We are here to learn. If I'm asking questions, I'm expecting a response. That's why most of the time I get pissed off because you come to a session to keep quiet. Why didn't you just go and watch TV instead? Okay. So you need to talk. If I ask a question, you engage ASAP. We are working here because it will be pointless also for me to just continue dishing out lessons only to find that no one is actually benefiting from those. So as we go now, it should also be easier for you to also see the impact in your live trading. We trade and you see the results. That's why we are here. Because if I didn't want to talk to you, I would have recorded a session, made it offline, and then just gave it to you. That is what I would have done. Okay. So it shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. Okay, let me check here. Only 6 people. It's Mzo, Hybrid, Tabang, Upepe, Po, and Tabang. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. So only 6 people made money today with something that you all have in your disposal, everything that you all know. It's there in your books and you're not doing the work. So this is what happens when you don't study, you don't look at the live market, you don't trade, you don't capitalize, you don't do all the necessary things for you to actually make money. And then end of the day, you will be the one on TikTok or Facebook or in comment section of my videos saying, nah, I paid for this guy's mentorship, it's not working, I didn't do anything. Okay, so those are the problems. And it's even worse. It's even worse when I trade live during the days. I told you, if I'm trading live, there will be requirements. You need to meet those requirements so we could be in the same place. Okay. So very much important that we engage. That's why I'm doing live sessions. Okay. Zoe made 1,000. Taluja, go to fund. I didn't ask you if what you're gonna do with your account. I didn't ask you. I said who made profit today, who traded CPI. That was my question. Lost CPI, but then made it back again. Okay. I'm still learning. Who asked you if you're learning or not? Nobody asked you. Learn to listen to the question and then respond. Because if you tell me I'm still learning, that's a fucking excuse. Because I was trading live. I gave the buy, like, let's buy here, now. So telling me that you're still learning, that is just an excuse. That's an excuse. Can't be telling me that. Mzo made 700 rands, Hypin made 800 rand, Bebe $47. So that's good money. More people made money, even people outside of mentorship. And guys, we cannot have people outside of mentorship making more money than us. That's a joke right there. We cannot have people who are not in mentorship making more money than you. You are the one who should be making more money. Okay? But I cannot help you of your laziness. I cannot help you out of your laziness. Because come June, you will be here not doing anything. And then after that, I'm in Masha's mentorship for years. I've known Masha, and you're not making. The reason why we are here, let me remind you, the reason why we are here is to make money. The reason why we're here is to make money. And if you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna play around, you're gonna film with excuses. I don't make money from excuses. I don't make money from excuses, and I don't take none because those excuses are not gonna help you. We are here to make money. That's what we need. And if you're gonna play around, you're gonna prolong the process. We are already 3 months into the year right now. By June, all of you here should be profitable. All of you here should have made at least 50,000. But if you're gonna play around like this and giving me excuses and say I'm still, the videos are there in the group. You can watch them any given time. We are here for money. Don't forget that. We are here to get the money. Yabo. Because it's you guys who are gonna end up talking nonsense about me on social platforms. Say, hey, Masha, hey, he always goes live and he just tells us to fuck off. He never teaches anything. Yeah, let's go to the mentorship group. How many sessions are there? Imagine I'm giving out sessions. You have sessions in the group, right? I give signals in the public channel, even if you are not in the private signals. I have signals in the public group. I send them there. I have copy trading right now, which is also another alternatives. So when out of all these three ways for you to make money, you're not making shit. Oh, come on, guys. You gotta be joking. Because I'm trying that in the time you are learning, make something back. But if you're gonna exclude yourself from all those programs that I'm trying by all means to keep you motivated, because even if you don't know how to trade, if I say I'm trading live, just do the same thing. Register your account, verify your account, make a deposit, and then you do what I do. You buy. I don't take your money. I make money from the markets. You saw it. Even if you make 100,000, it's your 100,000. I don't take anything from anyone. Okay? So please, you need to be active. Because if you're just gonna keep on lacking and lacking and lacking, you're gonna lose time and you're not gonna make money. December is around the corner. And you'll be stressing in December, hey, I just need one trade to buy groceries. Oh, I just need one trade so I can survive, maintain my December. Trade now. Trade now, make the money. Okay? For this year, I've made over 500,000 already. That's 500,000. In the very same period you are in mentorship. Same period, nothing. What's the difference between me and you? I stay in the fucking chart. I take the trades. When you are busy with excuses. Hey, I was at work. Hey, my family died. Hey, I was busy with this. I had to drive. I was on the road. If you don't prioritize this, it's not going to pay you. If you don't prioritize this, it's not going to pay you. Ask yourself this question. How come I get to make 500,000 already 3 months into the year? And I don't even have 10% of what he has. It's not competition, but I'm there on the chart every day. So please, guys, I need you to make money. That's why I'm stressing right now. I need you to make money. That's why we're here. And I'm not going to rest until you guys are making money and make me proud. That's the only way. The more people are starting to win, the better for me. That's what I want. I don't hate you. I don't know all of you. There's no one here that I know personally. So I don't hate you. I got no reason to hate you. We're only here for business. Right. So let's focus on our charts for now. So today was NFP. Most of you know it. So not NFP, man, CPI. So today was CPI. What you know about CPI and what we love about CPI is just that it moves fast. It's the same market, but it's going to react fast because there's a report that gets to be issued in the market, and then the market has to react speedily on it. So we capitalize on that and we make our money. So this is the dollar index. If you're going to check here on top, you can see the marking there. This is the dollar index. So basically on this trade, I posted a video on my Telegram channel. You'll go watch it later. You remember last time what I said in order for this to be easier for you. So you observe, oh, sorry. One more important thing. The time now is back to 1 to 2. The times have changed. I told you once the time changes, I will tell you time is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's your time of observation if you're going to trade during the day. I will also teach you the night trade after session. Very much important that you get that sometime this week. Yeah, I should teach you that one. So after you come back from work, you can still make some money. I've done that session. I'm just gonna repeat it. Yeah, I've done that session. Okay. So this is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Exactly. Check that at the bottom. You can see there's the time there, 1300. That's 1400 there. So from here to here, it's just an hour movement. Okay. And then I said, the other thing that can make it easier for you to identify where the market is going is to simply look at the obvious range. You can use this rectangle here, measure the bearish range like this. How long were the bearish? Okay, versus the bullish. So just mark them like this. This should make it easier for you. Okay, you just highlight. Don't show anyone your charts because they're going to ask you questions. Then you're going to start explaining. You mark this range, you mark that one. If the one box is higher than the other one, just like here, we have more bulls. So the market was constantly buying up until 2 p.m. Afterwards, we're simply looking for what? For sells. It was CPI, right? So as you can see here, right after this was 3:30, the market just crashed down from here down to here. As you can see here, it's even left a gap. Why? Because it was moving so fast. It was moving so fast. Just within 1 second from up down to here, right? So it was easier. So while this was doing this, which means what? Everything else was going up, like your gold, your US 30, your NASDAQ. Okay, those are the mainly things we focus on since we're trading. So this is US 100. Let's check if it's also did the same thing. I will go to 1 minute for simplicity and for better clarification so we can all resonate. So you draw your line now from 1 to 2 p.m. 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, so for here, we had an opening price there at the bottom, of which I was waiting for the market to reach it before CPI, but unfortunately it didn't. Okay, so this was the opening price where we had our market open here, it went up, back here. I wanted it to come down here, but it did not. So it's reflected here and then boom, after the report came out. Okay, so it's the same thing. You do this even if there is fundamentals or not. Trust the method. Do not change. Do not deviate. Always trade the same thing. Where was 14:30? Okay, this was 14:30 exactly 2:30. Just look at that movement swiftly. So for this one, might have confused you based on the current market, but looking at the dollar index, you could have had a better idea. If we are to use the buy range and the sell range, I don't think they even. Okay, so the bullish range this time was stronger than the other one. But in this case, since we had a fundamental and we already checked that the dollar index was much stronger within the time, which means the next hour it's going to crash. So that's provided a better insight for anyone who wants to trade it. So you understand that this is what you actually have to do. Makes it easier, okay, for this particular day. So for the trades I took, I think I traded gold. Yeah, we traded gold. Ah, God. I hate this thing. Ah, okay. So, let's check on the reverts to gold. So once again, we draw our lines, 1400 parameters, change the time here to 1300. It's gonna take time for me to it's gonna take time for us to adjust to 1300. So it's 111. Okay, so there is our gold. Um, there is 1 p.m. and there is 2 p.m. as well. And then from the 1 minute candlestick, we have an opening price there, of which we draw and mark across. That's where we want to place our execution, and we want to see the market retest to that area. So checking here, if you're gonna do our obvious test, this is a 1 minute time frame because I'm trying to showcase the fundamental prior. So if we are to measure again the buy to the high, the buy to the high, and the high to the low, okay? Eventually, the buy here was very much bullish, okay? But as I say, since the dollar was obviously in its direction, I was expecting a very strong buy here. It's only people who were, okay, I don't want to talk about other people, only people who misunderstood because they had this ideology that these markets should continue to drop. Those are the only people who lost a lot. So now also checking here, just look at the point of buy. The market was at an opening price here. It did what it do. Eventually, in your mind, you know that this is a bullish market. Then this came all the way down, created a W, but it's played around that execution price. Then upon CPI, it's just boom, shot up, and the movement alone was 50 pips. 50 pips that you always look for. For 50 pips was enough and up to 80 pips to the highest, but 50 pips was enough. And just one move, boom, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you're done. If you want to hold, you can hold maybe for like 5 minutes. Let's see if you hold, took the trade for like 5 minutes. Over here. So you could have closed. Let me check. I think I did execute. Oh yeah, see this. I did this trade history. Trade history. Okay. So see here where I executed. You see where I placed my trade. Exactly here, the first trade was over there. The other ones were exactly on that price. So due to spread, I couldn't get the high accuracy, but it was around there. This is 1 minute time frame, remember? So I had to place my trades right there. I think you can see here. I bought gold for 0.01 here, and then over here I put 0.50 there. You can see okay, the thing is now I cannot mark and unselect, but if I put my mouse there with the details that are showing there, it shows the trade number, the code, the profit I made. profit was 4,900. So each trade I executed, I closed 4,900 for each trade. I think I had about 5 trades running. Very good amount. So that was the trade. So if you see this, this is how I want for you to trade on a day-to-day basis. This is how I want you to trade. To check with everyone, do you guys see what I'm showing you here? Do you see what I'm displaying? Are we on the same page?
Yes, I see this side.
Yeah. So that was the idea of the trade. So the reason why I'm asking this, I just want to move on to something else that I would like for you to utilize in further sessions. Also be aware of, not only for fundamentals, but also other sessions. So I did a session about this. I have already introduced you to this topic. I think the last 2, 3 sessions we did, this was part of. So now, this is what I want to do. So if you, let me go to, I'll go to M15 so that you don't have too much business. Okay. So the question for what I'm going to teach you here is where to buy and where to sell. So you remember the last time we spoke of the 10 p.m. high and low, right? 10 p.m. So right now, this will shift to 9 p.m. So the only way for you to remember this, simply repeat the video. You'll get your answers. Okay? So you mark the low and you mark the high. Mm, mm, mm. You mark the low, you mark the high, right? Before 9 o'clock. That's what you look for. Let's see here. Okay, the low was actually at 9. The low was actually at 9. I can see it here now. So now, upon this trade, right, you can see that we had the market that already sets its range. And then the market did what? Check here. Where did the market start? Where did the market start? It started by taking out the previous high. Where? Over here. Okay? It's always going to do this. So understand this. Previous highs there. On this range, this is what tells you the signal. Okay? Previous highs. Or I could say, let me add something. Previous high, look for sells. Look for sell or look to sell. Should be look to sell. Okay? Above this session, look to sell here. And then if, as you see, market came up and then it took that. After going above the previous high or the morning high, what did it do? It's going to move across to the low. It's going to move across to the low, right? As you see it do here. Which ones? The previous lows. Over there, okay? Those are the previous lows. It's doing this thing of liquidity sweep, they call it. You've heard about that most of the time. But it's always gonna go like up, down, above the previous high to the next. Like this. Up, down to the other one, and then up to this one, and then down to this one. So that's how the market just keeps on going and going and going and going and going and going. Okay? So look for this, you will see it. But for here, as I say, I want you to study specific things. I don't want you to go into the chart not knowing what are you looking for. So over here now, we had the previous high, previous low, and then here you're going to look for buyers. So if you tend to check, this is where the market is mostly to buy. Okay? This is where the market is mostly to buy. Below, the previous lows. As you've seen it do here. And then later, as it came back down, it had to go a bit lower than this and then shot up. You see? It had to go a bit lower than the previous low. And then now it went even higher than the recent highs of that midday session. Because this was CPI here. This was the movement for CPI. You see? This was the movement for CPI. But it couldn't move completely up because this session here was not revisited yet. So it had to start here. These are sort of things that the market must do prior to it doing it on the higher time frame. Can I show you something? Look at the magic. I want to show you something just now. On this particular trade, M5, let me just clear everything, 25. Look here, I want to show you something that is right here, but you didn't notice, okay? Check this one. We have 1 p.m. here, we have 2 p.m. there, okay? And then between this session, we had our low over there. We had our low here. We had our high there, okay? Just within this session. And look at what the market did. It went before CPI, it went a bit lower. It went a bit lower than the current time frame or time window. It went low, swept that low, and then it shot up and went to this high. You see, even on a smaller scale, it did the same thing. If I can go to M1, I think that's where it can be clearer. So check here. It did the same thing. Created a low here, went low, and then wipe it up, and then as it continues to go all the way up and then later dropped. Okay? So what is most important here for you to understand? The entries for buy previously here, but this is 1 to 2 p.m. 1 to 2 p.m. But this is 1 minute time frame. So this is where the magic is. If we come back here, now it's doing the same thing, but now on a larger scale, on the very same pair. The same thing that it did exactly here, it's the same thing it did on M1 and M5, and then it's moved away. It's a repetition, as I said. You only have to learn this thing once and for all. You only have to learn this thing once, and then you move on. Done. Okay? So, the most important reason why you need to understand, especially what I'm teaching you here, this is what is going to tell you where is the market going for the day. This is what it's going to tell you. So if it starts here, it's going to come back here last. If it starts here, it's going to end up here secondly. So you need to understand this, and understanding and checking this alone will change a lot of things. If it's going to start up, it will go down. If it's going to start down, it will go up. But mainly on the previous lows and the previous highs. To understand where is the market going for the day? That's going to save you a lot of money. And it's going to make you a lot of money also. Okay, so for this example, that is just what I wanted to cover. And for this week, I would like for you to focus exactly on what I'm showing you here so that you can actually differentiate. Then you can actually see if it's in it or not. Okay? That's what will make a difference. Just now, I want you to focus on that. I'm gonna teach you on other stuff like continuations and reversals, as you see here. It did the same thing. But continuations and reversals are the same thing. See, it's a break, retest, proper retest, and then boom, it continues. But we're gonna cover those things. Okay. But for now, I just want you to check on those things alone for this week. If you're gonna go back to test this for last week, you're gonna use 10, you're not gonna use 9 because times have changed from this week onwards. So as for next week, it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be challenging. So if you go back to last week, write this on your notes. If you're gonna go back to testing for last week, you need to use 2 p.m. Okay. See here, previous day's high, previous day's high, previous day's low. So the question is, when this market decides to sell, where is it going to sell? It's going to sell above previous day's session, the morning session, basically. And then that's where if it sells here, where is it going to go to? Right there at the bottom. You take this line, you draw it throughout, say ray right. I'm going to do ray right because right now we're here. Okay, and then we throw that through. You're simply trading what? These sessions here. The morning range from midnight to 10. But from now it's midnight to 9. So you simply observe if it's going to start on the up, it will end at the low. If it's going to start on the low, it's going to end at the top. So see here, over time, the market did come back, even if it took some time up until it broke here. But it could have hit your TP over there easily. Okay. And you can see this was another day, even on the second day, it couldn't hold price because it had a vision, it had the object to come back down here. Okay. And after, let's look at this now. After it came down, these ugly colors. See? After it came down, what did it do? It went up. It went up. So as it was going up, this was the primary target over here. This was the primary target. Why? It's bought below this session. A buy here is a TP here and a TP there. So let's see going forward. We had our buy here below the previous day's morning session, which was a target. And then after TP hit, see here, market's going all the way up here. And then today it's continued to go up, which is the result. This high here was also taken out. You see? So I would like for you to focus on this study for this week and the following week. I'm not saying disregard everything else that I've taught, but I'm saying consider this approach as well. There's nothing much you're doing here. It's only an observation. And then if you put this into practice, it will pay out. Trust me on that one. Much, much easier. Know where the market will go. If it starts here, it should end up doing this. If it does this, it should do that. That is the only thing that I'm teaching here. And then you put everything else in place as the time factor to help you better understand the markets and getting you closer to making money. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our the end of the session. So this is the lesson. The next one will be for Q&A, whereby you'll be asking questions and I'll be plotting a bit more. Why is that type of way very important? Because as I teach this, you may think you understand it, you may think that you've got it, but the only way to find out is for you to go to your charts, do the practice, do the analysis, do the review, do the monetization, and then afterwards, we will come back as I am live. If you have questions that you misunderstood, you simply write them down. Okay? So when we are live next time, so I'm like, okay, so based on the last session, what have you figured out? What haven't you figured out? And then we cover that part. That is how I like to do my say questions. Because if I'm gonna take questions right now, basically I'll give you an answer that you're gonna forget and it won't make sense. Whereas if you go and try and you fail where you fail, and then you come back, you try again for the next days, you try and fail, it's easier for when you come back because you know exactly your question. Because some of the questions you may have, go back into the screen, do some back testing, do some study, and then you get your answer. So that question becomes invalid. So that will be it for tonight's session. We'll see you on the next. I hope you enjoyed it though.